Hi Aquarius, how's it going? I hope you're doing great today. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm doing a bonus reading for you. So I've already cleared the energy of the cards and I'm doing a 10 card Celtic cross spread. So for each card I pulled a clarifier. So we'll go through all the cards, and I also pulled an oracle card. It's a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for Aquarius. So your first card represents your current situation, and you got the Seven of Wands reversed, clarified by the Death card reversed. So, there's some resistance to change here. You're feeling overwhelmed, possibly giving up. There's a refusal or deep fear of transformation. You may be exhausted, holding on to something that's meant to end, but the letting go hasn't happened. There is stagnation through avoidance here. You may be spiritually stuck, but we'll go through all the cards and we'll summarize everything at the end, okay? Then what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation, you have the Ace of Pentacles clarified by the Chariot. There's a new opportunity present, but it isn't grounded yet. There's potential for success, victory, or a fresh start, but it requires focus, determination, and emotional discipline from you. The challenge may be moving forward when the past is still clinging. And then your third card, let me just actually go back to this. Spirit is saying, are you ready to move forward, Aquarius, or are you stuck in a loop? Okay. And then your third card represents your subconscious or your foundation. You got the Three of Swords reversed, clarified by the Six of Cups. There's deep emotional wounding being processed, likely from the past. Possibly your childhood or a past relationship, okay? There is a desire to heal, to let go, but also a tendency to romanticize the past or hold onto a connection that's already past. So you're trying to move on from a past love or trauma, but you're still haunted by it. And then your fourth card represents your past, recent influences. You got the Judgment reversed, clarified by the Seven of Wands reversed. So this is about a missed wake-up. You missed a wake-up call. Maybe you ignored your inner voice, or you refused to take accountability. There was a chance to evolve, to ascend, but it was resisted. This is a karmic echo. These cards are about avoiding soul-level reckoning. And then your fifth card is your conscious goal. And you got the Devil clarified by the King of Swords. So you may be consciously trying to master or control a toxic pattern, perhaps addiction, obsession, or a codependent dynamic. You want clarity, truth, and mental strength to break free. You're trying to gain mastery over your shadow self. And then the near future, you have the Nine of Swords clarified by the world. Mental anguish persists. Something is not completed. A cycle hasn't closed. This creates insomnia, anxiety, or even spiritual unrest. You know you're stuck and it's eating away at you. Completion is needed, but fear is blocking the release. Is the message with those two cards. Then your self-image. You in this situation, you got the Hanged Man reversed, clarified by the Empress. Aquarius, you may feel like you're wasting time, not growing, or are stuck in self-sabotage. The desire to embody Empress energy, which is abundance, self-love, divine feminine, is there, but you're resisting surrender. You're trying to birth a new version of yourself, but you're not letting go of the old one. And then your external influences or your environment, you have the King of Swords clarified by the Eight of Swords. So someone around you is cold, emotionally distant or controlling, but also they're feeling trapped themselves. This could be a person that you fear or someone projecting mental limitations. There's a relationship that is defined by control and fear here. And then your hopes and fears, Five of Swords, clarified by the Two of Cups reversed. So you fear losing a deep connection, but you also fear the conflict, toxicity, and betrayal that comes with it. There's a pattern of self-sabotage or unresolved conflict in a broken partnership. You're afraid of being hurt, but you're also afraid of walking away. And then the outcome is the Four of Wands reversed, clarified by the Star. A lack of stability or a broken foundation. It could be your home, a relationship, or your inner self. Okay? There's a lack of stability or a broken foundation, but with hope and healing ahead. The Star, this is you showing up in your reading, Aquarius. The Star is Aquarius energy showing that you will find your way through. The message here is the collapse of the old is necessary to rebuild something real. So there's heavy karmic energy in your reading today here, Aquarius. With the Judgment reversed and the Death reversed, as well as the World reversed, there's a cycle that is meant to close, but someone is resisting. There's also toxic relationships or trauma in this reading with the Devil card, the Three of Swords, the Two of Cups reversed, and the Five of Swords. There's emotional entrapment and betrayal. There's also mental imprisonment with the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. There's anxiety, overthinking. There's also a message here that talks about needing clarity. But there's also a breakthrough potential with the Star card, the Empress, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Healing is possible if you choose it, okay? Healing is possible if Aquarius chooses it. This reading feels like a spiritual intervention. Spirit or your higher self is asking you to end what needs to end, forgive what needs to be forgiven, and reclaim your power and move forward. The Star card as the final card, your own signs, your sign zone card, is a reminder you are the light you're looking for, but you won't find it in what you're afraid to leave behind. The message from Spirit is the judgment you hold may be in the cage you're in. Your reading is swimming in the deep waters of karmic repetition, mental entrapment, and emotional longing. There's a major transformation trying to push through, but it's being resisted. With the death reversed, the judgment reversed, and the world reversed. You're being asked to confront your inner critic, old relationship dynamics, and outdated survival patterns, especially ones where you've compromised your truth to avoid abandonment, clung to toxic relationships and fear of loneliness, and substituted judgment for discernment. This spread is a mirror, and it's saying that you can't move forward until you stop fighting yourself. With the Three of Swords reversed and the Six of Cups, you're still carrying pain from the past, possibly a broken connection, childhood trauma, or betrayal. But your soul is ready to forgive and move on. Some relationships aren't meant to last. There's a pattern of emotional warfare here. Winning the argument isn't worth losing yourself. You may appear strong or detached, but internally, you're trapped in limiting beliefs. Mental control is not healing. Rationalizing pain isn't the same as processing it. Anxiety stems from unfinished business. Aquarius, you haven't given yourself closure, so your nervous system can relax. A new path awaits, but to claim it, you must take the wheel. Let go of the reins others hold, especially if they use guilt or fear to keep you small. The oracle card that came out is think before you judge. This is your anchor. It could suggest that you may be projecting pain onto others. There may be feminine energy here, a friend, a sister, an ex, a mother, someone you've harshly judged, but only because you were taught to compete, not connect. Your healing requires compassion, especially toward the parts of yourself you've condemned. This is also a call to reclaim sisterhood, literal or symbolic, and see women or others as allies and not adversaries. This could link to Empress energy, nurturing, forgiving, creating rather than destroying. The Judgment reversed and the Death card reversed could suggest ancestral or past life karma. You may be carrying inherited pain, especially involving feminine betrayal, relationship control, or repression of self-expression. This spread feels like a spirit message asking you to break the cycle, not just for yourself, but for the women who came before you. Be careful not to become the oppressor in the name of protection. Be careful not to silence others just because your own voice was once ignored. Spirit is saying, heal the past, but don't live in it. Don't mistake detachment for healing. Open your heart, not just your eyes. And the Empress and the Star card says, you are worthy, you are enough, you can be both soft and strong. The final message is stop judging your pain. Listen to it. It's the map. The collapse, the Four of Wands reversed, the collapse is not a punishment. It's the prelude to rebirth. You are being cracked open so the light can come through. The Star card. Someone you judged harshly may be a reflection of the part of you still hurting. This is your wake-up call. It's time to heal, not harden. So that is your reading, Aquarius. I hope you received some insight or guidance from those messages. Thank you for letting me channel them today. I'm sending you lots of love and strength. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.